I'm Elizabeth Pran.
I'm Leland Vittert in Washington, and the amount of news that has come out versus what we were expecting today. We were expecting Iran to get their sanctions relief. This IAEA news conference that was going to take place in Vienna. Secretary Kerry's there, the Iranian foreign minister's there. It was sort of going to be something that we expected to happen as it related to the Iran nuclear deal. And now this bombshell of 4 Americans being released as part of what you would have to term a prisoner swap, although the administration takes issue with those names. We have the 4 pictures there, and then a 5th American who the administration says is not related, also on their way home.
Yeah, a student. But let's get right to Greta Van Susteren, host of On the Record. She has followed the plight of these Americans for years, and she joins us on the phone. Greta, thank you so much. I want to get your reaction. I've seen you interview many very vocal figures, including Representative Dan Kildee and other family members. So what's your reaction?
You know, Elizabeth, I've actually spent time in the home of Amir Hekmati, our Marine. I've been in his home in Michigan, spent time with his father, who's very sick, his mother, his sister, his brother-in-law. And when that happens, and I've spent time with Jason's brother and with Pastor Abedini's wife, and what happens then is that, look, this is news, and these are news stories, but no, these are also fellow Americans, and they take on a completely different part of all of us and on the record, because we've worked so hard and we've gotten to know them so well. So look, as happy as I am today, and I'm absolutely thrilled. I've been on the phone with the families for several hours, and as happy as I am, you multiply the way I feel and the way all of America feels by about 1 billion, because that's how these family members feel, and they have been tough. And my hat goes off to them. They've been working really hard. They've had heartbreaks. They're the ones who've been dealing with. They're the ones who hear the reports out of the Evan prison about how much they're not eating, or how they're being poorly treated, or just the horrible conditions, or the mother of Jason who's been sitting there in court. Or I mean, just the stories. It's one right after another of how awful the Iranians have been to our fellow Americans. So to hear this news today, this is the best news. This is great news. But there's also, while we're also jubilant, and we should be, we have every reason to be, and I'm grateful to President Obama and Secretary Kerry for getting them up. Where is former FBI agent Bob Levinson? I don't want us to lose sight of the fact there's still another American there that we don't have any information about right now. There was a proof of life a couple of years ago that he's still alive. Is he still alive? But I know he's missed weddings, he's missed birthdays, he's got health issues. I've met his mother, I've met his son, I've met his family, and these family members need to know. So, as while we celebrate today, and we should, I'm so glad they're getting out. Is that there's still more information we need out of Iran, but lots of good. I'm thrilled, I'm ecstatic, and I know how much these families, at least from the sidelines, I know how much they suffer. I haven't walked in their shoes, but I am absolutely thrilled for them. They're wonderful people, and this is a big day for them. But let's not forget Bob Levinson. Let's get him home, or at least let's find out for his family.
Absolutely, a big day. And my last question, Greta, do you have any indication when was the family notified, and was there anything that went on behind the scenes?
They got, what they did, they got State Department calls this morning. Okay. It's funny. I actually got, I got a call a little bit earlier than one family member. I mean, I knew about it a little bit at first, but the State Department is scrambling. I mean, the State Department, and understandably, I don't think they want a lot of people to know until they actually got them in an international airspace. I got a call a while ago that they're in an international airspace, which changes things. But when they were first transferred from the prison, I think they were at the Swiss embassy. And while everybody wanted to then do sort of a victory dance and be happy about it, I mean, they still weren't out of the country. And it still remains a country that's very unfriendly to us. And so, there's some, I suspect the State Department didn't want to give out much information. They did not. And I understand totally why they did not. Now is the time I hope the families will get a lot of information. But they've only known a couple hours.
All right. Greta Van Susteren, host of On the Record. Greta, thank you so much.
Thank you.